I'm sure you've heard this before. If you want to be rich, you have to make more money. And while there is some truth to this, it's only half the story because trust me, it's not about how much you earn, it's what you do with what you earn. You could make $5,000 a month, but if you spend all of it, you'll never reach financial freedom. Meanwhile, someone making half that $2,500 who manages their money wisely can build real wealth over time. That's what the top 1% understand. Their money is structured, organized, optimized. And here's the best part. Their method isn't just for millionaires. Today, we're going to break down a simple rule that can change your entire relationship with money. The 15/65 20 method. Step 1. Save 15% of your income. So this is the basics. Every time you get paid, put aside 15% immediately. Before rent, before groceries, before subscriptions, you pay yourself first, not out of luxury, out of security, stability, and freedom. So why is this critical? Well, let's think about this. You could receive a large sum of money today, and you might think, wow, I can really help my family. I can take a nice vacation. Maybe buy a fancy car. But what happens after that money runs out? Suddenly you're back to your old life, but now without the cushion you had before. You're more vulnerable. So by saving 15% every time you're paid, you're building a buffer. You're building a safety net. And here's the thing. Everyone needs a buffer. Everyone. The rich know this, and they prioritize building a robust buffer first. So what does this actually mean? In practical terms, you want to set up a system where 15% of your paycheck goes directly into a separate savings account that you do not touch for anything else. An out of sight, out of mind approach. You basically pay yourself first before you think about paying anyone or anything else. And you might be thinking, okay, 15%, I can do that. But you know what? If you can't commit to 15% right off the bat, start with whatever you can manage, even if it's just 5%. The point isn't about being perfect. It's about consistency. Commit to that percentage and build from there over time. But what exactly are you saving this money for? Well, you're saving it for emergencies, unexpected events, or anything life throws your way. Emergencies happen. They always will. A blown tire, a broken washing machine, a medical bill, a job loss. And the real problem isn't just the cost. It's the stress when you can't afford to deal with it. Without savings, every emergency becomes a crisis. That's when credit card debt begins, interest piles up, and you lose control. Now imagine the opposite. You've got 1 month of essential expenses saved, then 2, then 6. Every dollar saved equals $1 more of power. Power over your time, your choices, and your life. Imagine having that feeling all the time. That's the power of preparation, of proactive financial planning. You can start small. You can create a separate account specifically for this purpose. Call it your emergency fund. And once you've built up a solid foundation, you can gradually expand it to cover more months of expenses. Aim for at least 3 to 6 months. It's ambitious, yes, but it's doable. And it changes everything because when problems come, and they will, you won't panic. You'll be prepared. You'll have breathing room. You'll stay in control. Step 2, make your money work. So you've got your buffer sorted. You're saving 15% of your income and letting compound interest work its magic. And this is key. Don't keep your money locked away. Let it grow. Remember the snowball metaphor? If you roll a small snowball down a hill, it'll be small at the bottom. But if you start with a massive one, the result will be huge. Same goes for your money. The longer it rolls, the more it grows. Now, you might think, okay, but I don't know where to start. I don't want to lose money. I'm not good with all that investing stuff. And that's totally fair. But here's the thing. You don't have to be an expert to make smart moves. You don't have to pick individual stocks or gamble on cryptocurrencies. There are simple, safe ways to grow your money. First off, you've already done the hardest part by saving. Now it's about finding the right places to put that money. Look into retirement accounts. In the US, we're talking about Roth IRAs and 401ks. These accounts offer tax advantages and allow your money to grow without any immediate tax obligations. Think of them as your long-term wealth-building partners. Outside of these accounts, ETFs are fantastic. ETFs, or exchange-traded funds, they let you invest in a bunch of different stocks or bonds all at once. It's like buying a piece of many businesses at the same time. This way you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You're diversifying. Plus, ETFs are usually pretty cheap to own. There are plenty of apps nowadays that make investing super easy. One popular one is called Vanguard. I'm not telling you to use them specifically, but they allow you to invest in ETFs with very low fees. Low fees are crucial because they eat into your profits. With platforms like Vanguard, you can build a diversified portfolio without spending a fortune. And here's the best part, you can set up automatic investments. Your money goes into these accounts consistently without you needing to think about it every single time. It's like having a financial autopilot. You choose how much you want to invest each month, and it happens automatically. Step 3, spend 65% on essentials. Okay, so you're saving 15% and investing wisely. Now let's talk about the rest of your money, the 65% that goes towards your essentials. When I say essentials, I'm talking about your rent or mortgage, food, bills, insurance, that sort of thing. The things you genuinely need to live. Now here's where a lot of people lose control. They mistake wants for needs. You get a raise and instead of putting it towards savings or investments, you move to a bigger apartment. You upgrade the car, you add subscriptions, you eat out more. It's a natural human tendency. We want to enjoy our increased income, and that's fine, but it shouldn't come at the cost of your financial health. This cycle is often called lifestyle inflation. Your expenses rise as your income rises, and that's okay if your goal is to maintain the same level of financial strain. But if your goal is to improve your financial situation, then you need to break this cycle. You see, the people who achieve financial success, they don't avoid spending. They spend intentionally. They differentiate between what they need and what they simply want. So ask yourself, what do you genuinely need to live comfortably? How can you cut back on non-essentials without sacrificing your quality of life? Can you renegotiate your lease or shop around for cheaper utilities or insurance? Could you walk or cycle instead of driving everywhere? Maybe you could sell things you don't need anymore and cut out subscriptions you barely use. It's not about deprivation, it's about awareness. Being aware of your spending habits and making conscious decisions about what you truly need. And remember, it's not just about cutting costs. It's also about increasing your income. Look for ways to earn more, whether it's through a side hustle or negotiating a raise at work. The more you earn, the more you can save and invest. So your goal here should be to keep your essential spending as low as possible. A hard limit. I recommend setting a limit of 65% of your income for these essentials. Not 70, not 80, definitely not 100. Even if you live in an expensive city, there's always room to optimize, to find efficiencies, and to live intentionally. Step 4, 20% for joy. Finally, let's talk about the last 20% of your income. This is the money you get to spend on fun, on hobbies, on treats, on experiences. Basically, anything that brings you joy or happiness. Now, you might be thinking, wait, aren't we supposed to be saving and investing all of it? And I hear you, but here's the thing, if your budget is too strict, you're more likely to blow it all on that one splurge vacation or impulse purchase because you haven't allowed yourself any enjoyment. Sustainable behavior is about balance. When you restrict yourself completely, you create a pressure cooker situation. Eventually, something's got to give. You might tell yourself, well, I've worked hard this month. I deserve a nice dinner out, or why not get that new phone? I've been working so much. I need to relax a bit, and that's okay. You absolutely should treat yourself. But if you allocated a specific amount for these pleasures in your budget, it's less likely to become a big splurge. Think of it this way. You work hard and you want to reward that hard work. That's great. But you also want to be strategic about it. Spend that 20% on things that matter to you, that bring you genuine joy. And remember, it's not just about spending money. It's about spending it on things that enrich your life, that create memories or that bring you happiness. It's about living fully while still being proactive about your finances. In essence, the 15/65 20 method is about balance. It's about finding the middle ground between living your life to the fullest and securing your financial future. It's not about deprivation, it's about intentionality. It's about making smart choices so you can enjoy life now and be prepared for whatever comes next. Give it a try and let us know how it works for you. Thanks for watching.